everyone, welcome back to another video. As you can tell from the title, this is all about New Year's resolutions. These are just a few things that I've decided I want to change or just mix up a bit for this year. You're probably wondering why I'm uploading this video now and not a week ago when it was New Year's Day. The truth is, I've only just decided what my New Year's resolutions are, and I wrote them down today and I thought, do you know what? I can film a video about this. Simple as that. So I've basically come up with about 10 New Year's resolutions. 5 are about work and 5 are more personal. So I think I said in one of my Vlogmas videos, or was it I think it was my Q&A actually a week ago, I said that I really wanted to just write down 2 different lists. One that was more work and businessy and career-wise, like goals for this year, and one that is more personal, things about me. And I've finally done it. So here we go. So starting off with the work ones, number 1 of that list is be more proactive. And this is basically referring to me going out and grabbing what I want. So I think a lot of the time with work, I can kind of sit back and let things come to me, which I know sounds awful, and it's purely because, and I don't know how to say this without sounding like really spoiled, I guess, in the field that I'm in such a fortunate position that a lot of work comes to me, which is amazing. I am so lucky for that. But it's made me very complacent, and I kind of just sit back and relax, and I'm like, okay, cool, I love this brand that's approached me, or I love this kind of event that I want to go to, or like everything that comes to me, the things that I love, I'll do. But this year I've decided I actually want to be more proactive and approach people and things or events or whatever and just be like, right, let's do this, let's collaborate, let's create something amazing. So that's number 1, just be proactive with my career. If there's something that I really want to do, no matter how crazy it may seem in my head, I'm just gonna grab it with both hands and go for it. And do you know what? The worst thing that's gonna happen is people will say no. And that's fine. We'll just move on and I'll come up with another crazy idea and see if they want to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that this year. And number 2 is routine. Now, my job is very flexible, which is amazing, and I love it, and I'm so lucky that it is flexible. However, I do think it's really important to have a routine, even if you don't have to have one, just because you get so much more done. And at the beginning of last year, I was really good at this. I had a proper daily routine that I would go about, you know, wake up early, go to the gym, come back, do my editing, plan my day, do my meetings, blah, blah, blah. But then I think things got very busy at the end of 2016. That routine kind of went out the window, and it was so crazy that I felt like I was just trying to keep my head above the water, like, okay, yeah, just keep going. And there was no routine because there was just so many different things going on that it was impossible to kind of put it into a daily routine. But my goal for this year is to try and maintain that, even though, not maintain the craziness, but maintain having a routine. So even if I have really crazy days, if I have a rough kind of schedule to follow, I think I'll be a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm. I'll be like calmly swimming through the swimming pool rather than like drowning in some like rapids, because that is literally how it felt. So yeah, try and stick to a routine. And that leads me on to the next one, which is number 3, weekends. So again, with how flexible my job is, I'm trying not to sound too like, oh, my job is so flexible, it's so rubbish, because it's great and I love it, and I know that I'm really appreciative of that. However, again, it can mean that without routine, you end up working weekends, which is fine every now and again, especially if there's an event on at the weekend. I do not mind. A lot of these conventions like BeautyCon in London was held on a Saturday, was it a Saturday or a Sunday? That's absolutely fine. I don't mind stuff like that, and you can't work around that unless you don't go. So other than things like that, it can get quite easy to be like, oh, do you know what? I've worked a weekend, I'm really tired, so I'm gonna take a weekend on a Monday instead and just, you know, have that day off. I'll go out, like see a couple of friends or whatever, and then carry on working, and I'll work next weekend instead. But that can just go round in circles, because you'll end up just always working the weekends and taking like a day off midweek, which isn't good because you really separate yourself from like everyone else. So my goal for this year is to try as much as possible where I can, keep my job Monday to Friday, and I know it's never going to be a 9 till 5. I wake up really early and I go to bed really late, and most of the time I'm working the whole time. But weekends, I'm going to try and just block out and be like, nope, no work. I can schedule my video, even though it goes up on a Sunday, I can schedule that can go up, I don't have to do anything, that's it, day off. Having said that, I do work in social media, and social media is 24/7, so even though I say the weekend will be like a proper weekend, I'll still be on like Instagram and Twitter and everything non-stop, but that doesn't feel like work to me. I enjoy that, so that's not a problem. Number 4 is my blog, and as you guys may know, you probably don't actually, because this is why it's my New Year's resolution. I have a blog and I relaunched it a few months ago, and I had the whole blog redesigned and I'm so happy with it, absolutely love it. It's everything that I wanted it to be. But because of how crazy things got last year, I couldn't really post much on there, and I love blogging, it's just I really struggled to find the time to do it. So that's what my resolution is, to keep blogging and keep it consistent. I can't, you know, fire out 10 blog posts in 1 week and then nothing for 2 months. So I need to keep it consistent, even if that means staggering them, and maybe a couple of blog posts are a little bit outdated, like by a few weeks, like if I went on holiday and then a blog post goes up a few weeks later. They're still good photos and I still want to put them up. So yeah, that is a big goal for this year, and I really hope I can stick to it. This is the one that I'm, out of all my New Year's resolutions, I'm like, that's the one I feel like I can't stick to. But I'm really gonna try, I promise. My problem with my blog is, if I have some photos that I really want to show, I'll put them on Instagram, and then it gets to the point like, oh, well, I've just posted every single photo on Instagram. What's the point in then putting them into a blog post? So I think what I need to do is just put kind of one photo on Instagram of a certain event or whatever, and then the rest will be in my blog. I'll figure it out. Wish me luck with that one. And number 5, this is probably the most important one for the whole year, is my book. Book number 2. At the moment, there is no book number 2, but my goal is to write it, and I need to brainstorm, like get some ideas down, figure out what book number 2 is gonna be. Of course, it's going to be food orientated, but I'm thinking of making it a little bit more lifestyle-y. Maybe a bit of travel in there. We will see. Lots to think about, but that is going to be the biggest goal of 2017, creating book number 2. And now we're on to the personal New Year's resolutions, and number 1 is cook more. Now, as you know, I'm sure you all know because I talk about it all the time, I love cooking. It really is like therapy to me. I love being in the kitchen. My mind just drifts and I think about everything. It's like my meditation in a way. So I really, really enjoy it. But I feel like I keep saying the same things. I'm really repeating myself. But at the end of last year was so busy that I found myself eating out all the time, whether it was meetings, going out for dinners with friends and family and everyone. I feel like it's just the time of year anyway, the build up to Christmas, you're always going to be out a bit more. And I love trying new food in London anyway. There's so much choice, and especially being vegan, it's quite a challenge in a way, like a fun challenge to find the best vegan food. So that was great. However, I need to cook a bit more in my kitchen. I want to be cooking at home at least 4 nights a week. I'm always here for breakfast, so I always make my own breakfast. Normally always making my lunch unless I'm out for a lunch meeting, or I'll like make it the night before and take it with me if I'm going to like Gleam office to work. But it's mainly the dinners where I just found myself out all the time. So that's one of my personal goals for this year, is to try and cook as much as possible for dinner at home. And number 2 is make time for others. And I'm almost embarrassed talking about this one because I feel like it's going to make me sound really selfish, and maybe I have been really selfish, to be honest, but I can get so sucked into work that it can go days and weeks where I haven't spoken to some of my closest friends just because I'm so immersed in this, like getting my head down, getting everything done, and traveling and going away, like going to some really amazing events around London, that sometimes I sit back and I think I have made zero effort with some of my oldest friends, which is awful. That is so bad. Friends mean the absolute world to me. So this year I really want to just make time for them. Even if I feel like I'm really busy, I know that I make that work for myself. Like, I could just stop, but there's always something else to be done. So then I do it to myself, basically. I always find other things to do, which is not good. I need to know when to just stop, right, day over, now time to go out, see my friends. So that's what I need to do. I mean, it's not like I'm just sat at home all night on my own. I see my friends a lot, but I just feel like I could make more of an effort with them. So yeah, that's a big one. And family as well, which actually leads me on to the next one, and that is Brighton. I need to go to Brighton more. This is really similar to the reasons that I said before of making time for others, but this time it's more about family because most of them all live in Brighton or like near Brighton. And I get so sucked into London life, the hustle and bustle. It's so fast paced that sometimes I will realise that I haven't been home in a few weeks, which is so bad. I need to just make that time to go back, even if it's just for a night. Brighton is not even that far from London, so I need to go back and see them, especially with my little sister Daisy May, who is only 2.5, so she's growing up so quickly. Every time I go home, I notice new things about her that she's learnt, which is so lovely, but at the same time it's quite sad because I'm like, oh God, I haven't been home for a couple of weeks and you're growing up. Stop growing up. I need to be there and watch you grow. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and go home more. Also, when I went home this time for nearly 2 weeks, I realised how much I love Brighton. It's such a beautiful city, so buzzing, my kind of people as well, some crazy people as well. It's like the best place to people watch. So yeah, I just realised how much I love it. Then the fourth one is London, and this is kind of totally contradicting what I've just said, but I want to explore new areas of London. London is my home and I adore it. I love the city so much. I love where I live, but I kind of stick to what I know to a certain extent, and I'm such an explorer. I love going to new places. I'm the kind of person, when I go away, I love to get lost. I won't use a map, I'll just wander and keep walking and love it, because you get to know the place so much better, you get the real feel of it. And bizarrely, I don't really do that in London, and this is my home, so I really want to explore more East London because I don't know that area that much. Even North London and South London and West London, like literally, I just want to explore the whole of London. There's so many areas that I don't know that I have heard are absolutely beautiful, and I think it's just a case of at the weekends that I'm now going to have free, I need to push myself and just go, get on the tube and just see where I end up, and then wander and get lost. And number 5, the last one of all of my New Year's resolutions, is travel. So I adore traveling. It's my favourite thing to do. In a way, I see it as like my purpose in life. Like, I just want to see the world. Everything that I do with work, I work so hard, that's all so that I can go traveling and just not necessarily like go away for like traveling for 6 months or something, but just travel here and there. I love going on holiday for a week or two to different places, and I feel like everything that I work towards is so that I can do that. But I'm not really doing it. I travel quite a lot, but it's always with work, which is lovely. I really, really love going away, but because it's with work, you're normally with a brand or something, you can't do what you want to do because you have a set itinerary. and you do get to see some lovely places, but I really want to actually go on holiday, like a full-on holiday, no work, just break, relax, and I haven't done that in quite a while. So this year I want to go on a holiday somewhere, maybe for 2 weeks if I can manage that. I probably won't, but for at least 1 week, just go away somewhere really nice that I've never been to before and just explore and look around. Also, going like to different places in Europe for weekends, because I do not take advantage of the fact that being in London, you're so close to so many different countries around you. We've got like Spain, France, Germany, Italy, Greece, like all these incredible countries that are, you know, no more than 5-hour flights away. Some of them only 2 or less to France, you know, you can get the Eurostar. So I need to take full advantage of that and see more of Europe. Right, I feel like I've been rambling on about my own New Year's resolutions, but hopefully maybe it's given you a bit of inspiration for your own resolutions for this year, or if you already have your resolutions, which you probably do because I'm just so late with it, do comment them down below because I would love to know, and I get so much inspiration from hearing other people's resolutions. So yeah, comment down below. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Let's make 2017 the best year yet, and I will see you very soon, guys. Bye!